everyone, and welcome to a special edition of the United Gamedom podcast. I am Darren, and I'm here with Derek, Gigastorm Z. Hello, Derek. How you doing?
Hello.
Today?
Good. I'm not at work today, which is great.
I'll be working in a lot of hours though, but at the moment I'm here to talk about a certain game that came out recently that stars a guy that goes around the city and beats people up and helps people with their problems. No, it is not Marvel's Spider-Man. It is another game that came out a week before that, where everyone else is playing Marvel's Spider-Man except for you and me. We are talking about a game that we got into the series last year, and it's the latest edition of the series to come out. Well, the latest remastered edition, I guess, in a way, to come out last month. It is, of course, Yakuza Kiwami 2 and PS4. They came out a few weeks ago now. Me and Derek have both finished it, and pretty much this is just basically going to be a special edition podcast where we will talk about our experiences with it, our overall thoughts, what we thought of the story, etc., etc. So anyway, take it away, Derek. What are your sort of kind of thoughts overall?
Overall, I enjoyed it much more than Kiwami 1. I think the basic story was better. It's easier to follow too, and I think what shocked me about Kiwami 1 was so many of the characters from Zero are like either barely in the game or I thought a lot of those characters would be long running characters throughout the series, but that's not the case really, except for maybe a couple. In this game, there's a lot of new characters, and I wasn't constantly wondering, okay, is this person going to die right away? Because that seems to be the case with the last game. But I think just overall the story was better done, and better, like some of the new characters were really good, really interesting. I think it was easier than the first Kiwami game. A lot easier, actually.
Oh yes, definitely it was, because especially one of the last like the penultimate battle in the game in the first Kiwami was a pain in the ass.
Yep. Yeah, in this game it was just pretty much piss easy even on normal. And I did have I completely maxed out everything on my character. And I know in Kiwami 1 that it took quite a bit of effort to defeat those last few bosses, even during the main game, or not only just the final boss, but other bosses in that game were pretty tough. But in this case, like every single one was just super easy. I think there was only one that I may have like a little bit of trouble with, but I never got close to dying or anything, like not even close. So like weapons are super overpowered in this game. I don't know if you use weapons a lot, but pretty much any boss battle I would just use a weapon and just destroy them really easily.
Yeah, I tend to use them against boss battles, and there is certain ones that are like way powerful, especially when you use like heat attacks, like take a good chunk of energy off now.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. And you can do, like, when you max out your heat gauge, I think you get 5 heat attacks worth without having to like recharge anything, which is crazy.
Yeah, like the extreme heat mode.
Well, yeah, and then on top of that is the extreme heat mode, where you're pretty much you pretty much can't get knocked over at all. Like you pretty much just spam square and just keep punching constantly, which is what I did in the tournament a few times with the extreme. Like the first time I got extreme heat mode, I was like, "Holy crap, this is fun!" And I think if you do get knocked down, you get up like right away when you're in extreme heat mode, so that's cool. But yeah, it's way easier. Like I would say it's kind of too easy to a certain point on normal. I don't know if did you play in normal or hard?
I played in normal.
Okay. I don't know how hard is. And I know apparently in each Yakuza game, if you finish every single sub-story up until you have one left, you always have a very difficult fight. Like that's the last one. I haven't tried those, so I don't know how difficult those are.
I done all the sub-stories. I fought the first. There's the fight the Amon brothers. I did the first one, and the second one I could not beat because he uses a fucking like Uzi, so he does.
Oh, he uses a gun. Okay.
Yeah, like I watched online like a video of a guy who did like in like legend mode apparently, and he made it look easy, but it's not easy. And there's the first guy, it's Kazuya Amon. He has like these two axes he uses. And the second one, I think his name's Joe Amon. No, I forget. It's Amon, and he's like an Uzi, I think. The third one uses this. I think he uses like a rocket launcher, or like a bazooka. Okay. And the fourth one uses a. I think he uses a sword, and then he uses like two swords, like powered up. Then.
You don't fight. Do you fight them all at the same time, or is it like
no?
One
no, it's like one after the other. Like I couldn't beat the second one. I tried a few times. Said fuck this. I'm just going on to finish this game. I can't be arsed with this.
Huh. I don't know if you bought this item, but at the very last level, basically right before the final boss, you can go in the equipment box and you can buy stuff. The guy that's there sells some armor that'll automatically guard against any gun attacks.
I did see that now, but I didn't buy it.
Okay,
but
I bought it. I bought it and I used it for one of the final boss fights, and that made it a lot easier. So I wonder if that would help a lot for that sub-story.
I didn't even use it, but I found those boss battles pretty fucking easy anyway. I just beat the shit out of everyone, and so I did.
Yeah, except for the guys with the machine guns where you can't even block, or you can't move. Like if you get hit, you get like stun locked kinda, especially in those.
Yeah.
Sometimes there'd be like a long hallway, and if you don't like pick up the shield and then guard while you're getting shot with the machine guns, you're pretty much screwed. So that's the only thing that makes the combat difficult. But otherwise, yeah, it was pretty easy all overall. What did you think of the story?
Yeah, I pretty much share the same sentiments though. Like I liked the first game though. Like I liked it more than you and Dennis did. Like I know you didn't really care too much for it though. But yeah, the story in this one is a lot better than is. A lot of people consider this to be one of the better ones in the series now. I did like it. I still think I prefer Zero, because I just really enjoyed that story a lot. Not a lot more, but more. And the activities in that game were probably better overall. And the sub-stories. Like, there were some good sub-stories in this one now compared to, like, the first Kiwami. Because, like, if you could say, okay, Darren, name 3 sub-stories that you liked from Kiwami. I'd basically draw a blank because I cannot remember any whatsoever. But there's a few in this one I like that Be My Baby one, like the actual cutscene itself's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was just weird as hell. I was like laughing, like just like okay. But there's like a bunch of other ones as well. Trying to think of them now.
I like the art one where the photographer's taking pictures of
Oh yes.
That one, and then there's one where you're a voice actor for a Boys Love game. I don't know if you did that.
Oh one. Yes, that one's good as well. Yeah.
So there's 3 right there. Of course,
there's 3 there. Yeah, but like I did all of the sub stories now, bar I did the first Amon brother one, and then didn't do the other one. But it's just those 3 I have to do left, and that's like every sub story finished.
So are there karaoke ones or mahjong or any of the gambling or anything?
There's one tied to mahjong now that you have to as a sub story now. I don't think you got it.
I did one, and then I just used some tile thing that I had, and I instantly won.
Yeah, I actually did it without using it though, but it's like no, you pretty much have to have that tile, because there's no fucking way you can do it otherwise. Unless you're like really fucking good at the game, which I'm not. It's like screw this, I don't care about this game. There's another one as well. I don't know. Did you do the baseball one?
No, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, that was part of the problem with this one though. There's a few you can't, like, you know, when you get the sub story finder by unlocking it through like the skills. There's a few that do not show up unless you do a certain thing, like the baseball one, for example. You have to do all of the beginner courses, I think, on the home run derby, I think, before it pops up, and then this guy comes along then, and he challenges you, and he throws pitches. It's like this American baseball star. He throws pitches at you, and you have to hit like 5 home runs. So you do. And then there's another one with the golf game as well, where once you do the close to the pin, the beginner and intermediate one, there's this guy as well that's on the corner. You talk to him, and then you do the advanced challenge.
I have that one. I tried it, and it's like crazy hard.
Yeah, I tried it a few times. It's like I don't do it, and then I looked on a video online of this guy who got like 500 odd points on or something. I tried it as well and got one or two hole, like, got into the hole and did all right then.
So you finished it or you didn't?
Yeah, no, I finished it. I got that one done because I looked online and looked on the video, so I did because I was trying to do it otherwise though, but I was like, it just screwed me over though. Sometimes it's like, okay, hit it too hard or hit it too fucking soft, and like hits the fucking, like, you know, obstacles in the way. Yeah. Like the beginner one's fine. Like, it's easy enough because there's not really any obstacles. But then, once you do the intermediate and advanced ones, it tends to be a bit more tricky because you have to sort of follow along where the wind direction is and stuff like that, though. Which is I do
like it, but it's, you know, it's hard, but it's still kind of fun. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the batting one I tried, I was like, oh, I don't like modern sports games, and this just feels like a modern sports game. Just throw it. You know, throw the ball and let me hit the button to swing, and then that's it. I don't have to worry about the positioning of the ball or the bat or anything like that. And like that, I don't know. It's not fun for me. But the golf one, it's pretty straightforward, and you're pretty much just, you know, hitting a button, trying to hit a meter in a certain spot, and that's easy enough. But I did not enjoy the baseball one, so that means if I do want to fight those guys, I probably have to beat those, and then there may be some other ones that I'm not aware of that I haven't done as well. Like, I don't know if there's a bowling one.
No, there's none. They're the only ones you probably missed out though. Baseball one now. Like, if you just did every other one on that's on the map and like all of the hostess ones, then you probably think you've done all of them anyway.
Are there any with like the gravure or the photography one?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. No, it's just because I just looked on a sub-stories guide thing, but then this is before I unlocked the the sub-story finder. But then I looked online and like clicked on a few of them and realized, oh, I wouldn't have known there was one here unless I looked at like that, you know, the baseball one or like the golf one. Like the other two, like I wouldn't know they were there.
Sure.
Unless I looked it up, because they don't show unless you do like a certain activity though.
Right. Okay.
But I'm sure that's probably the only two you probably have to do. Besides the Amon Brothers ones.
Maybe I'll try. I don't know. We'll see. I don't think I'm gonna try getting a platinum because I don't know how crazy legendary is.
Nah, not gonna bother with that there, because legend mode would probably be really fucking hard though.
Yeah.
So it would be. Because that's the thing. Is like, yeah, if you want to, you have to pretty much play through the game like twice or so, because I think legend mode already gets unlocked
after
when you
hard
beat the
mode,
game. I think so.
Okay.
But yeah, I really did enjoy it though overall. What else now? Off the top,
I wish there was more than just the one fighting style. You do get a lot of moves, which is nice, but it'd be nice if there was more than one. I don't know if that's a standard thing in the Yakuza games where you only have one one fighting style, or if that was a newer thing they did where they added a bunch.
Yeah, that was the only thing that was the thing they added for Zero now, I believe. Like I haven't played the other ones now, like 3 to 6, like 3 to 5, 4, 5, I think, but I think that's the thing they introduced in Zero now, where they have like, several different styles for, Kiryu and Majima. And then they just like kind of kept it with that then, and then just back to the standard, one style though. Yeah, I prefer that their style, like they switch between them though, especially because there's certain battles that prefer like do the bait attack, or do like faster attacks and stuff like that though. Mm-hmm. Although like I said, it wasn't very difficult now. There was a few little spots that were a bit tricky enough though, but like I said, Kiwami was a lot harder. Like there was a bunch of battles in that game that were pretty annoying, but this one was like a lot more doable. Some of the fights were fun though, but they were a lot more doable than like in Kiwami anyway.
Yeah, some of, like the presentation of some of the boss fights, like especially the Ryuji, like those are really cool.
What did you think of him as an antagonist?
I thought he was really cool. I hope he's not actually dead and he's like shows up again in the other games, but I don't know if that's the case. Like it seems like he dies, but Kiryu has like pretty much the same injuries, and he doesn't die. Seems kind of weird.
Yeah, like that lasts like what 20-30 minutes seems a bit ridiculous. Like there's just like shots up and everyone's just getting shot at and all sorts of crazy shit happening. So it's just like pretty action packed ending. So it was like in the story now, there is like in each of these games there is kind of like big reveals and plot reveals and twists and turns. Now I'm gonna say it now, I saw all of them coming except for the actual last reveal.
I don't know which one you're talking about because there were so many.
The actual last big reveal where a certain character you thought was dead comes back.
Oh, okay. That's kind of what I thought you were referring to, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, like I did not see that coming whatsoever, but I've got like that spoiler people now. If you have not played Yakuza Kiwami 2, we are going to spoil it now, story beats now, because we like to talk about the story. Like I watched the first watched the intro. It showed like it was at the back in the where the Kazama and was it Kawa, like they're killing the G1 Mafia. Mm-hmm. And then at the opens cutscene, then Kawasaki went to see the rescue like the mother and the wee boy. I pretty much said no joke. I pretty much said to myself, "That's Ryuji."
Okay, I didn't think that at all. If he had the same hair color, I would have thought that. But
no, but I said that's Ryuji, and I pretty much was spot on. Like I was just as the thing, that's Ryuji's, like, and I didn't even expect that. I was pretty much spot on with that there. Like I actually surprised myself. I actually got it that early on, but like, did you see any of these like reveals?
I thought that was Kiryu at first, but I didn't realize like he was a teenager then. So because they were talking about Kazuma killed his parents, like here's him killing a bunch of people. Maybe some of the parents, or maybe Kiryu's parents were those people in that raid, but I guess not.
Yeah, because this is set in 2006 now, and this was 26 years ago, so this was to be 1980. And Kiryu, I believe, 20 in 88, so he would have been, 12 or something then, I guess?
Yeah.
Although he looks a bit older.
He looks like an actual...
Yeah, he looks like an actual teenager, so he does in this here. He just reminds me of Ryo Hazuki. So he does.
Is that the guy from Shenmue?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He just looks similar, so he did. But yeah, like the story, like, did you see any of these? Like, did you figure out some of those story beats coming, or what? Not.
I guess in the back of my mind, I was thinking that what's her name, Sayama, was related to Ryuji, but I wasn't completely sure. I was just kind of, it was like an option that I was thinking of, but it wasn't like, okay, I knew for sure or anything like that. I did not see that coming, where the guy that you thought was dead is not dead at all, because I don't think there were any hints that was the case.
Yeah,
I did figure out that the bomb wasn't actually anything, like it wouldn't kill anybody.
Yeah, I was pretty much because if that actually was the case, then that to the gate the saves would have it was too.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, once I heard his voice, I thought it was the other guy. It was coming, the guy with the glasses, Takashima, the other officer for the Omi Alliance. I thought it was him at first, but then when I saw Terada, I was like, holy shit, I did not see that coming. That was a nice little twist now. And then, at the start of the game, you pretty much have a talk with Terada, and he pretty much gets shot and killed. You assume he gets killed, and then you figure out that right at the end he comes back. And basically has this all part of his scheme, this script, he says, along with Takashima. And then Takashima pretty much you're not wanted anymore, and shoots him. But yeah, it's a really interesting story though. I really did enjoy the beats. So it's probably not as good as the M0 now. I really enjoyed the story of it, but it's a lot better than the one with and a lot better than Kiwami anyway though. It does have some, I was really interested in this one. Just want to keep playing, and besides doing all of the sub stories now, because I just like doing that now in these games.
Yeah, this one's, it was easier to follow because it wasn't so political driven like the first one was, at least in my opinion anyway.
Yeah, the gist of the story is that this takes place a year after the events of Kiwami. Tojo clan's kinda, not as strong as it used to be, and they're kinda, considering a pact with the Omi Alliance to sort of survive. This antagonist, Ryuji Goda, pretty much doesn't want any of this, and sort of, has his own plans. And there's this thing called the G1 Mafia, who are they're Korean, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Korean, and basically they're sort of underground, kind of sort of plotting the revenge for something the raid that occurred, all of the people that died in this raid, pretty much 26 years ago.
Yeah, everything started with that raid where the G1 Mafia was trying to take over the Kamurocho, and then the Tojo clan decided to go just exterminate, murder all of them, to make them stop. And then fast forward, 26 years, then there are a lot of consequences for that raid, in survivors, like you say, and then people are trying to take advantage of that, that mafia, and use that to to their own agenda, the Omi Alliance, the people within the Omi Alliance and stuff.
Yeah, there's a few officers Jin Goda, who's Ryuji's father figure pretty much. And there's a few of his officers Takashima and Sengoku, and they kind of seem to have their own little plans, not there. So you kind of find out sort of what their sort of plans are as you go along, and not there. So it is a really interesting. I definitely enjoyed the story though. It does have
the guy with the fan. He reminds me of what's his name from Zero. What's his first name?
Amino? Oh no, what the fuck's his
guy
name?
Daigo's father. What the hell is his name? Dojima?
Oh, Sohei.
Yeah, is that his first name?
Yeah, Sohei Dojima. Yeah.
He reminds me of him a lot.
Yeah, he pretty much does look. Yeah, he does look a lot like him, so he does.
While we're talking about story, I know you mentioned you didn't play the Majima Saga little side thing at all. It's basically an hour and a half, and there's 3 chapters, and you unlock them as you play through the game. You can't just play it all from the beginning. Although I think it would have been interesting just to play all of it before you even played the main game at all, because it's pretty much a prequel. It takes place before Kiwami 2.
Yeah, it takes place between the year between the 2005 and 2006.
So it has some like if you I think if you played that first, you would suspect certain things from the story. Like you mentioned, like did you see any of those twists coming, that kind of thing. I think you would maybe suspect some like certain characters or certain things if you had played that first, but I don't think the game would let you anyway.
Nah, you have to unlock them as you continue on with the story. So you do.
So that was interesting. And then there is some nice closure for Majima from Yakuza 0, which I really liked.
Yeah, I know Makoto is featured in it now.
Yeah, so it's not not a big thing, but it's it's a very character-driven moment. So I think you'll enjoy it when you play that. It's definitely worth playing if you played 0 for sure. So.
Yeah, like I really enjoyed the whole the story with Majima in 0 anyway, so it did. So definitely be playing it though anyway. Like I said, I just want to unlock all of the chapters first and then finish the main story first before I tackle this here anyway. But like I said, it's not that long, so that's dead on. So it is.
Did you have any other gripes about the game? Any of the mini games or anything?
I didn't really do a whole lot of the mini games. Like I only really did the ones that are sort of tied with the like the sub stories. Like I did play like the Virtual Fighter, like one of the sub stories that features it. And did Virtual On. Like I just played it once and was like, yeah, this is all right though, but not worth wasting a couple of hours now doing. I'm sure there's probably completion the things part of the the completion list. You probably have to do them, like maybe finish this game on normal or finish this game at all and stuff like that. There, I was like, nah. But like I did got a lot of those completion list stuff anyway. But some of that completion list stuff is like you have to play those different parlor games like mahjong and shogi and stuff like that. And it's like they're like the last thing I want to do in these games because I don't particularly care for them. Like I just don't understand the rules whatsoever. Even after reading the reveals, it just seems so fucking complex to me.
Right.
Like I just could not be bothered playing them whatsoever.
If they had a Go mini game, which is kind of like shogi, I'd probably play that just because there's a manga that I read called Hikaru no Go that I really liked. So when I was reading that, I kind of wanted to understand how to play the game, but I never really looked into it. So if they would have had one of those in this, I probably would have spent some time in it. I forgot what I was going to say. There's another mini game that I was going to mention, but I forget what it was.
Well, we would talk.
The clan creator is like the big. That one and the Cabaret Club, which is returning from 0, are like the big two time-consuming mini games, story-focused mini games. I did not play much of the clan creator. I think I did like 3 or 4 of the story missions, and I think if I knew who all those wrestlers were, like those Japanese wrestlers, I probably would want to play it more just because I was familiar with the characters, but I don't have any nostalgia for them at all, and I don't really like the actual mini game itself to really spend much time in it.
Yeah, it's a lot different. I think it's pretty much different to the one in 6 now, because I think 6 is different. It's like the same kind of thing. No, you recruit people, but I think it plays a lot differently.
Okay.
This one's more of a tower defense game, pretty much, which I do not really care for. I'm not really a big fan of the tower defense genre, and this is pretty much what this is. Like you recruit people from Also, actually, there is a bit of gripe though. It's after you finish certain sub stories now, and like sometimes you just walk around, all of a sudden, oh right, there's a guy there. I talk to him, and all of a sudden recruit him for like the clan creator.
Yeah, they'll be like all over the place. There's no rhyme or reason to why they're standing there.
Yeah, I kind of wish they'd actually show a marker to show, oh, this is someone I could talk to and recruit then after you finish the storyline, because I just find them randomly. That's just a bit of a...
Yeah, they don't do that for the Cabaret Club. Those people will actually be waiting there for you.
Yeah, I kind of wish they just did that, where you just go to the park where the clan creator thing is, and they're just there.
Yeah.
So you can recruit them there, rather than like, oh, they're just like, like the street bosses. I did a bunch of them now. They tend to be where you fought them, but like like it might be so long since you fought, where you just realize, oh, there's someone over there I could talk to and recruit. It's been a while. I just completely forgot about him.
Yeah.
But like, I wish there was just something on the map now, like they have the street bosses on the map now. Once you do a bunch of battles, they're on the map. But I wish they just like, if when you're recruiting people, just have like a little wee symbol saying, oh, you can recruit this guy now on the map, so you know where they are now, rather than like, just finding them widely on the map now, because you just completely forget where they're at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I that was one thing I was going to mention too. Yep, I agree completely.
Yeah, like I pretty much I did like 3 of the clan creators, and I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not really enjoying this though. I just don't really want to see this through.
I wish everything was on one screen, like the Cabaret Club game, because it's tricky to like have to shift around constantly with the controller when you don't have a mouse and keyboard, you don't have a touch screen or anything to like keep track of where the enemies are and where your characters are. I think it would work a lot better if it was just one screen.
Yeah.
Or even if it was like a mini game on your phone. Like this would work really well on a phone or like a tablet or something, because it's a lot easier to move around, with your fingers than to try and use the controller and stuff. Which makes me, I was actually thinking to myself, I wonder if that Yakuza mobile game that they're making is gonna have any of these kind of mini games like the Cabaret Club or the Clan Creator, because I think they would work really well in the mobile game.
Yeah, they probably would though. Like that's probably used to be something coming out next year, I presume. So yeah, I know it's just been announced for a while now, I believe, but there's no sign of it like a release date yet. Like it'll probably come out in Japan and like Asia first though, before it makes its way over here. Translation and localization and stuff like that. If it actually does make its way over here.
Right, yeah, I don't know how.
Hopefully. If
it's going to have like a full story mode. I mean, I would assume it would have to be to a certain extent, but like how much can you do in the game, Don't know.
Is it going to be free to play, or is it going to be one of those,
It'll probably be free to play, I'm guessing.
Free to play with like microtransactions, and how that bad or
like how would that work?
That's
like, do you have a stamina meter, or are the microtransactions just for like the mini games and recruiting characters or something? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and stuff like that. Yeah, but yeah, I just didn't particularly care for that there clan creator. Like I did more of the Coliseum battles now than I did in previous games.
Yeah, me
because
too.
one of the sub stories is tied to it. We had to fight this guy who randomly showed up in one of them, which luckily I found. And then you fight a bunch of the wrestlers there. Like, the ones from Yakuza 6 are in this. Like, you fight some of the Japanese wrestlers in it. Like, I fought... Who the fuck did I fight? I fought like Tenzan. I fought Hiroshi Tanahashi. Like, some of the New Japan wrestlers. They're in they're in 6 now. And they're in the Clan Creator in 6. And you fight them in the...
You can... If you defeat them in there, you can recruit them in your... Or no, maybe it's some of them you can recruit there, but then they're in the scouting thing in the Clan Creator. So if you do pay the money to do the scouting, then you can get them there that way. So like I think I have most of them now.
I think I recruited like 20 employees. I think it was for Clan Creator. That's pretty much it. But like I said, I did the first 3. I think like that the next mission I have to do, I think it's like the first sort of boss kind of mission per se. Like you fight one of the first main. Yep. I didn't do that one.
I did that one, and you get him on your crew after you beat him, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I didn't attempt to do it though. I just didn't bother because I just wasn't really particularly enjoying it though. But the other one that you mentioned earlier is of course a return from Yakuza 0, and like one of the best parts, if not the best part of Yakuza 0 is of course the Cabaret Club, the Cabaret Club Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Where it has a few nice little links to Zero, where one of the character, the actual owner, is the actual hostess from Zero, which is his nice little
platinum
touch.
Host, like the ace hostess.
Yeah, Kyuki, who's like, and basically the club now is for Shane, and it seems to be down in its luck. It seems to be like her and like just this other hostess. It doesn't seem to be very much. You come in and help things out, and then you recruit hostesses by either doing some sub stories or beating the other clubs and getting the platinum hostesses that way, and or scouting them, like you said, with the same way as the clan creator, where you spend a bunch of yen and you either get someone or not at all. It's pretty much like a gacha thing, but you do like as a point where you get all of them. Then like there's only 30 hostesses overall, which I got every single hostess you can get in the game.
Yeah, me too.
So you do. What did you think of this overall in comparison to the original?
There are some improvements. Like there are more. I don't know if you spend any time in like the makeover section at all, but there are more dresses and hairstyles than in the first game, and I think there are some more options as well, like with the makeup and stuff. And then they changed some of the abilities. Like they have like they call it a potential skill or something. Like the hostesses can be stressed or like relaxed or relieved or something, and those can either have negative or negative or positive effects for your hostesses. That I didn't really quite understand how that worked. Like I think it's if you gave them like a night off and then they worked again, they would have more of a positive stat, but I don't know for sure. I guess I never really
No, I didn't really pay attention to that, to be honest, anyway, though. Like, I just basically, once I saw that their, mood was like, in the negative, like, frowny face or something, it's like, yep, you're not going on tonight.
That one definitely is easy enough to understand. And it seems like they lose HP much quicker in this game, in this version of the Cabaret Club. Maybe, I don't know if that was the case in Zero or not. But it just seemed like it. Like, holy crap, your HP is already down to like nothing, and this is your first customer of the the night. So I don't know if you noticed that or not. But
yeah, but it depends. I think it's probably depends on like the which if they're like a golden hostess or like a platinum hostess now. I assume that's the case, because if you're going like up for the bronze one, they're going to have very like little HP anyway, though. So they're going to be the best. They're going to have like the lowest stats now. But like pretty much once you have like the platinum hostesses up a good certain level and the golden hostesses up a good certain level, it's pretty much no point using those like lower tier ones anyway.
No, yeah,
after very desperate.
After I had gotten all of the gold, I definitely stopped using any bronze, and I think I only used a couple of the silvers, and then after a certain point I was only using platinum or gold hostesses. So
yeah, but the actual thing is like they leveled up pretty fast as well, though. Like especially when you get a new platinum hostess and you use her in one of the things, and she gets a lot of money. She just like zooms up like level 1 to level 23 or something all of a sudden as well.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to level up them. Like I didn't max every single hostess out now, but I maxed up a bunch of them now. I think I maxed up all of the platinums or all but one. So then anyway.
I maxed all of the golds and then all the platinums except for I think the last one, which once by the time you get the last platinum host, there's no more tournaments. It's just you beat everybody, so there's no real point to max her out.
Although I just kind of find it annoying though, you had to do like date things with her though after you do, because like what's the point? Like I know like I just kind of find that a bit of an annoyance. Like I just kind of want to go on now and finish the game, but if I want to do the sub story, I have to do a few more shifts, do her like date things despite the fact there's no point now because I finished the storyline.
Right. They changed the Fever Time music, which I don't like. I mean, it's okay, but it's compared to the original Fever Time.
I do like it though, but the one from Zero is a lot better.
Yeah, I agree.
So it does.
And then the Oil Baron thing is weird. It's like the same guy every time, and you have to mash on the button on the square. Like, and sometimes I couldn't do it, and I actually, after the first couple nights of doing that, my thumb hurt, or like my part of my hand hurt, and I was like, "What the hell did I do?" And then I think my wife told me, it's like, "Oh, it's that one mini game you're doing." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's probably what it is." It's like crazy.
Every time I did it every single time. It was like once out of like 10, 20 times I didn't do it.
No, there were several times I didn't do it. It also depended on your like the skill level or the stat of whatever, if it's love or skill or talk or whatever. It seemed like the lower it is, the more like button presses you'd have to do.
Yeah.
And, like, it seemed like it was just impossible, at a certain point. So like if you're using all bronze, like which is what I had done a few times just to give my main crew a break, a night off, and then he shows up and it's just like, okay, this is not going to happen because they're low.
Just like,
their stats are too
I'm
low.
Done.
Yeah.
There's no point though. I don't think you had any problem with any of the club battles whatsoever, did you?
There was just one where it was like neck and neck the whole time, and the only reason I won is because I got the Oil Baron thing. If I didn't get that, I would have lost. That was the not the last one, but the second to last one.
The Millionaire League.
Yeah, yep. The one where you're limited to six.
Oh no, that's
I believe that one.
Oh, that's the exactive one, yeah.
But then the very last one, I just destroyed him. Like I had no trouble at all. So, but I was like completely maxed out and everything, so I was prepared. So.
Yeah, I had to do the last one, like the one against the Club Sunshine a few times. Like you show it on Twitter though. Like the first time I lost by 20 fucking thousand.
That was crazy.
Like I got the oil bar and stuff, and instead like lost. She got like 7.1 million yen. I got 7,080,000. I was so annoyed. And then the next time I pretty much lost by a wider margin, and the third time I was lucky enough just to beat it then.
Yeah.
Because I like the other boss, like I think I might have to done another one like once or something, but then the second time I tended to beat it. But it just seemed that last one especially, that their favorite gauge just seemed to fucking spring up very quickly compared to the other ones.
Yep.
It just seemed a bit cheap. It's like, okay, it takes me a dog's age to get to even level 1, but all of a sudden she's up like level 2 all of a sudden already. Or she activates it and then 30 seconds later she's flipping up to level 1 again.
Yeah. And the worst part is when they use it, then it clears out your whole
club
that's pretty much, except for maybe like
that
1 or 2.
Screwed me over. That screwed me over though. Yeah. That last battle though, but luckily I did it though. Like when you did it though, like I said, you was crushed them, but I think you pretty much had all your hostesses probably max at that point, or most of them anyway. Yeah.
Yep.
But that wasn't the case for me though. I just wanted to try and get it done on third time. Lucky I got it done. But yeah, that was a cool storyline though. Anyway, like there's little throwbacks.
Yeah, I like the throwbacks to Zero for sure.
Yeah, it's great stuff, and there's the date thing, which is weird.
It's
did you get any?
Just like the Zero one.
Yeah.
I think they called it training thing at that in the first game, or in Zero.
Yeah. These are more a bit dates though, because you talk to them in the Zero, and you just talk to them in the actual club itself, I think. Whereas this when you just go out and on dates, and you go to a bar or get sushi or something, just talk to them. Each of them have their own little wee threads. One of them's into
stories.
Manga. Yeah, their story. One of them's into manga, and her sub story is you persuade her to send in her manga thing into this contest. The other one, she admires Yuki and stuff like that there, so she does
Yeah, there's like
I don't know,
Stalker, like, there's like the Panty Thief one.
Oh yeah, Panty Thief one, yeah. Yeah, the was it the last one, the Foil the Fret Wedding Fraud? I think that's one of the last ones I did though. And I pretty much when I saw that, there I was like, yeah, I pretty much know that was our father.
Oh yeah, because it was just like the sub story in the first in Zero.
Yeah, there was something similar to that as well. So like I was pretty much repetitive.
Yeah.
So I saw that coming a mile away. Mm-hmm. So it was, but yeah, very good stuff though. I really did enjoy. Like I actually never finished it in Zero now. This is actually
you
the first
didn't?
time
You should. It's really good. You should.
I did, like I said, that's the second one. I actually did the first two leagues in the thing, and I just never bothered finishing it for some reason.
It's good. It has a good ending to the sub story. Same thing for the real estate from Zero. Those both have good payoffs.
I did all of them but the last one in the real estate. I had to do still have to do the last one. I have like a save anyway, so if I ever want to go back and finish them, I have like a save like right at the end of the game anyway, or I could just do it in the platinum, the premium adventure anyway.
Do you know if the premium adventure, does that carry over everything, or is it only certain things?
I do not know.
Because I know you can like switch costumes and like characters and stuff in the premium adventure. Which is cool.
I assume it does though, because it's like you can play through a completed game, so I assume it carries the stuff you've unlocked at that point over.
I would hope so.
So like if you have any of the whatever sub stories you still have remaining to do and stuff like that, right. I'm sure they'd be there, and a few other things as well.
Oh, now I remember what I was going to say earlier. Did you do any of the bouncer missions?
I did one.
Oh, okay. I did like 3 or 4. Apparently, you have to do all of them to unlock the last. Was it the last 2 tournaments?
Oh, okay.
That's how you unlock those.
I kind of wanted to do more of them though, just that never got around. I just never gone back to the bar, because you had to go back to was it Dali's or whatever the name of the bar was in the theater square.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
To choose them. No, but I just did one of them though, and that was it.
And then to finish out all your skills and heat actions, I think you have to do all those bouncer missions, the tournaments, all of the clan creator stuff, and then I think you also have to defeat the guys from like they were talking about with the 2 axes and like the Uzi, like all those sub story, the final sub story.
Oh, the Amon brothers. That's the thing in the Yakuza series though. Like that's like they're usually like the hardest battles in the entire game. So you do, which like the first time I tried them from the 3 I've played now, I've never done it before, and it's like, yep, this is pretty tricky. So that's pretty much why they're like deemed to be the hardest battles in the game. Like the final boss battles in the actual game itself are nothing compared to these guys. But like you said, you have to like, you should give them a shot anyway. If you eventually do.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not looking forward to the batting one especially. I could probably see myself doing the golf one at some point, but the batting thing, it's just.
Yeah, the batting one's annoying though. Like it took me a bunch of tries, because it's like the beginner thing when they're like easy enough, you kind of pitches to hit though, but like this guy throws like very fast pitches and like these like
curveballs and stuff.
Curveballs and stuff like that as well. It's really tricky though, but luckily I did. You have to he throws like 10 pitches, you just have to get 5, and luckily enough I did it. And also it's not so much bad. Like every time you lose 10,000 yen, but at that point it wasn't that bad anyway.
Not a problem.
Yeah, like if it was like 10 million yen or something, it's like, yep, that's a bit of a.
Yeah, that would suck.
But no, it's like, yeah, it's like 10,000 yen, which is like nothing now. Because I had what about like 70, 80 odd thousand yen, 70, 80 million yen by the end of the game.
Yep.
So I did.
So which Yakuza games have you played outside of Zero, Kiwami 1 and 2? Have you played like 5?
I played a bit of 3 there, like when it came out. I actually played the prologue demo of 6 and played like the first chapter or 2 in it though, but I haven't gone back to it.
Okay.
So I did, but I kind of do want to go and I'm not gonna play it now straight away because I do want to take a break from a Yakuza game. But I heard Dennis has finished it now, and he quite liked it.
Yeah. If this game is gonna, or if playing 0, 1, and 2, like if the rest of the games are gonna follow the same formula, it doesn't seem like characters carry through the whole series except for like Kiryu and like Majima, and like maybe one or two others. It seems like they're different every time. So.
Yeah, like in 3 now, I think he just plays Kiryu now, and in 4 you plays 4 different characters, and in 5 you plays 5 different characters, and then 6 you just go back to Kiryu. Then I know that now.
So it seems like you could go back and you could play them out of order, and not have too much trouble. But that's just not how the way I am. So I don't like. I like to see things or experience things in the order, in chronological order as much as possible. Like, for movies, I'm not going to watch the latest Star Wars movie first, like if that was my first one, and then go back and watch the original. Like, I wouldn't do that. Or reading the last Harry Potter book and then go back and start from the beginning. Like that, just not something that I would ever do. Though it does seem like these games, it doesn't really require that you do that. So.
Yeah, and especially if you just want to get into it, like they usually tend to have like retrospectives anyway. Like if you just want to catch up.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, even for this game, there was one, which I actually watched it just to get a refresher on.
I only watched like the first part of it though. I didn't know how long it was going to be. Now I just wanted to try to play. I did like the first thing, and then like goes back to like the graveyard. And he's like, "Do you want to continue with this retrospect?" Right. And I was like, "Nah," because I don't know how long it was going to take. Now
I watched them all. It wasn't that long.
Say what, like 15 minutes or so?
Oh, not even that long. Maybe like 10.
Okay. Most. Yeah, but I kind of had the gist of the story anyway. Like I know what sort of happened at the end, and with Nishikiyama and Haruka and what was the Yuya? Was it? No, what was Yuya? Yuna?
The mother.
Yeah,
or
mother,
the aunt
yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I forget her name now. She had like that.
Yeah, I can't remember.
The tattoo now.
Right.
I can't forget her name. So
Yui?
Also, see when you had Haruka about, did you do like her requests?
I did. There were like 2 or 3 sub stories where you had to have her with. I did those, and then she wanted some soup, so I bought her some soup. But then the next one was, go hit some home runs, and I was like, okay, so I did that, but like it didn't. I don't think I did enough. I don't know. That was like the one time.
Yeah, Yeah, like I had to go. She wanted one where I had to go to the golf and do the bingo thing, not the closest to the pin, the bingo one. I pretty much had to get all of them there, and it's like, no, I did like 3 of them, I think, and she's like, no, too bad. I was like, no, I'm not doing this then.
Yeah, I think there's a trophy, and then there's like a completion thing for her requests or whatever.
And there's also one like they're one of the trophies as well. It's like donate $1 million to the Sunflower Orphanage, which is like
super easy, but where do you do it?
there's a few sub stories that you do that there, and then when you actually donate the amount they're looking for, you just unlocks the next story then.
Yeah, so they said there's an ATM or something you can donate money to, but I don't know where they are.
Oh, is that what? Yeah, I think she did say something like that. Yeah, but yeah, I'd never found that either. Like I could just do that now and get that trophy no problem because I've we
have plenty of money.
Rolling in the money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just never found that now. Yeah, I never did actually try to look it up now. But yeah, it was one of those things where I just did those sub stories, like donated the required money for like whatever it was, and that was it. I think it was like 500,000 yen overall, I think, or along those lines. I've donated thus far.
Something like that.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
So what are you going to be doing now? You see, like you're probably not going to play it straight away, but are you just going to wait until see if it comes out in PS4, like the remastered version of 3?
Yeah, I probably will wait and see. I do have 3 and 4 on PS3, so I could play them, but I know there was like a lot of stuff, like the Cabaret Club stuff got cut out, so I'd like to see that.
I don't think it was a Cabaret, it was just like hostess stuff. It was just hostess stuff. Which is probably, I assume it's probably like the talking thing.
Yeah, I
like
suppose.
You talk to them,
yeah, it's not the actual Cabaret Club minigame, but
yeah.
I know there's some other stuff that cut out too.
Yeah, that was like a bit of an uproar back when it was coming out here. It was like a lot of the stuff was cut, and a lot of people were a bit annoyed with it though. But it was like a lot of it was like that hostess stuff and a few other things that probably wouldn't have wouldn't have bothered a lot of people anyway. But few people, is just like stuff that wouldn't have like some Japanese, like there's this you showed that video to me.
Oh yeah, there was like a trivia game that they took out of the remastered version,
which wouldn't have. But yeah,
I wouldn't have probably known the answers anyway. And then there's like this cross-dresser mini-game sub-story thing that they cut out.
Yeah.
Which it seems like it has a gameplay mechanic that may not even be in the rest of the game. Like there's a meter you have to fill up as you're like pressing, mashing on a button to run away or something.
Yeah, it just seems to be like there's a meter like you just getting chased by this like cross-dresser, hostess or whatever. Stuff like that, yeah.
And then I think was there some music that may have changed and maybe some voice actors they couldn't get back?
Yeah, and probably like licensed music maybe as well, I don't know, or some music or something as well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I think it just came out recently in Japan, didn't it?
Yeah, like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and I think the 4th one's coming out soon as well.
And those are just straight up like they're ports, but maybe with like better graphics or something. They're not.
Yeah, they'll just like upscale to 1080p.
Right.
Probably,
they're not actual Kiwami versions where they have like tons of extra stuff.
Yeah, I can understand because Kiwami, like the first Yakuza games were on the PS2 and they would not look good in comparison to this, so they kind of
had to,
get the spruced up versions anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's 3, 4, and 5. I don't know when they'll come out. Like, I assume we'll probably get 3 and 4 maybe next year.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm up for playing some more. I don't know about 3 now. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be like I look online. I don't think 3 is supposed to be as good as like some of the other ones. Like a lot of people really like 2 and some people really like 5. So they do.
5 is the taxi 6. Driver one, right? Or is that 6?
Yeah, you start off as a taxi driver as Kiryu, yeah. And you play as Haruka, I believe. She's like an idol.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah. Cause yeah, like at the end, the start of 6, she kind of sort of follows sort of bit after what happens at 5. So it is, so it kind of got in, but you find it because you find out about Haruka there anyway.
Do you know like what the timeline is from between 3 and 6? Like how many years overall?
6 is 2016, I believe.
Okay, so it's like 10 years after the one we just played.
Yeah, that's in 2016.
So he would be like in his 50s?
40s, his late 40s. I think he's like 48 or 49.
Okay.
He's 20 in Yakuza 0, which is in 1988, so he'd be 48.
Okay, all right.
Probably then, I believe, yeah, in Yakuza 6. And like that's like the final one of his like arc anyway.
Yeah, I kind of assumed so. I don't want to know what happens, but I'm assuming.
I heard it's like a pretty good. Like some people I think were happy with it anyway. Like what happened. Like I assume he doesn't die now. Just sort of has like a little wee storyline.
Do you know if you play as Majima in any of the other games?
I don't think so. I'm going to look now and see who you play as in 4. I believe one of the characters you play as 4 is like his sworn brother, Sajima.
Oh,
so it is. But that's, and I know he plays Yakuza. You say he plays Haruka in 5 now. I know that's the thing. I'm just gonna lock it up here now.
If you actually fight people as Haruka or not?
No, I think it's you do like a bunch of these like wee idol contest things, I believe.
Interesting. And that one, there was never a physical release over here. It was only digital.
Yeah.
It's like my hard drive is not big enough to download the game. So.
Yeah, that's pretty much the reason why I just want to get 5 on PS4 as soon as it comes out here, because that was the case. Like I got on PS Plus, but the fact is I have a 60 gigabyte hard drive, and ain't about like it's like 20 odd gigs I think the game.
But you need double the space.
Yeah, you pretty much need double the space, and like if I deleted everything off my hard drive, it still wouldn't matter.
Yeah, because there's like the system stuff takes up so much of that. Yeah.
Yeah, which kind of sucks. Okay, it's Kiryu, Masayoshi Tanimura, Shun Akiyama, and Taiga Sejima, who's Majima's sworn brother, I believe.
Okay.
That's the 3 characters in. That's 4.
Oh, that's 4. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Yakuza 5 here now. I believe he plays some of them again. I'm gonna check here. Let's see. Okay, Yakuza. The 2 in turn. Yeah, he plays Sajima and Akiyama again from 4, and then he plays Haruka. So you do, and the other one is Tetsuya Shinada, who's a new character in the series. Then, so that's the 4. That's.
And Kiryu, or you don't play Kiryu at all in that?
No, you play as Kiryu in that one.
Oh,
you don't play as Majima again.
Okay.
Though, that's the thing. Majima's already. Yeah. Because he's like one of the best things in
the Yakuza series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh, okay.
Yeah, it's out in Q1, Q2 2019 here, according to Wikipedia. The Yakuza 5. So yeah, we won't be seeing it anytime soon here then. But heck, it's not like I still need to play through 3, 4, and 5, and then play 6.
Right.
So we've got 4 games to go, and then there's I believe that game that was announced, Judge Eyes. I believe that's set in that universe.
Okay.
Because it looks very similar. I could be wrong, but
yeah, it seems to have like heat actions and stuff, which is crazy. And I thought it was like a detective story or something. So.
Yeah, I think it is. Like it has like seems to be has sort of like the same sort of gameplay as Yakuza, but I think there is like mystery / detective stuff. We go around and like search for clues and stuff like that. I assume.
Okay.
So it could be something along those lines, like a standard brawler, and then like Ace Attorney stuff or something. But you don't go you don't go do trials or anything like that now. Are you getting thing next month? Fist of the North Star?
Yes, definitely. So I didn't realize that it was the same exact studio as Yakuza games that developed the game. So it's basically the Yakuza engine, like the same fighting engine, like some of the same sound effects even, which is crazy. Like heat actions, everything. But it's Fist of the North Star, which is basically Mad Max, pretty much. But like way more gory. Like you blow people's heads off like with your, the character has a fighting style where you're hitting pressure points, and like he hits a certain amount of them, and then like he can cause your head to blow off or like your chest to explode. It's crazy. But I didn't realize it was basically just the Yakuza game with Fist of the North Star on top of everything. So like the fighting system is just like Yakuza, which is crazy. It's fun. Like you should play the demo if you haven't tried it. It's really fun.
Yeah, I've downloaded the demo though. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I'm definitely buying that right away, and I'm playing that. That's like October 2nd, I think. second or third.
Yeah, it's out next month. It's out to start next month anyway,
so,
though.
Like 2-ish weeks. I'm definitely getting that. It was fun. I wanted to keep playing the demo even though it was over, so I'm gonna enjoy that.
How much did you play of it?
Oh, I played everything you could play. It's not that long. Like there's a little story mode where it'll kind of show you how the fighting system works, and then there's a boss, and then there's like the adventure mode, which is the open world. It's like an open city, kind of like Kamurocho or Sotenbori, and then there's like a sub. They call them sub stories too, which is crazy. Like you do one sub story, and then the demo's over, and you could still, after you finish the demo, you could still go walk around and like get in random fights if you want. And then they have racing, so you build a car in the sub story in the demo, and you can go race, and then you can drive around like this open world, kind of like the Mad Max game, but the controls like are not that great for the driving. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the game's like at the end. I think that even has like some Cabaret Club thing too. And then if you download, there's going to be free DLC for the first week or two where you get Kiryu skin for the main character, so you can basically play through the whole game as Kiryu, which is crazy. So I'm gonna do that. I don't think I'll play as him the whole game, but I'll definitely get the free.
You just try it out.
Yeah.
Just pretend this is Kiryu, fucking punching people's heads off and stuff like that.
So you should try it. It's fun. I think you'd like it.
Oh yeah, speaking of what did you think of that whole tiger part?
That was awesome, but like way too easy. I just used a katana, or like a wooden katana, and just beat him up really quick. Like I wish there was more to it. I wish it was longer, but it was awesome.
Yeah, that was the thing, because they only had like 2 health bars. I wish they just had kind of like a couple of more health bars or something, or at least 3 each or something. This was over too quickly. Yeah, but I just love the like end shot where you just basically punch the tiger. And
that's awesome.
That's why I said Q. That's why I said Q's got the eye of the tiger. It's not like exactly he's punching in his eye, but it looks like it from that angle.
The eyes or something.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Was a pretty cool thing. So I don't know what else, if there's any other crazy stuff like that now. But there is some
the rest
cool
of the games, you mean, or?
Yeah, if there's anything like that in the rest of the games now, I don't know. Like there's some cool boss like that there, and like the trucks, the fighting in the back of the trucks, where one of you push the guy off at the end, and he fucking falls over and seems to like break his neck, and then gets fucking run over by a whale. Like he's dead.
Oh, yep.
That was one of them.
Yeah.
That seemed to happen.
Did you ever fight anybody on like the river in Sotenbori? Because there's a heat action where you pick them up and you just throw them off the bridge, and like they go land in the water.
Yeah, I did that one there. Yeah, where you push them off the bridge and throw them into the water. But I never got that one I saw in the video of where you throw him off the thing and he lands on the boat or whatever. I never got that one.
I didn't get that one either.
I don't know if it's a certain one you have to unlock now, or do you have to be at a certain location or something now?
Yeah, you may have to be at a certain location. I don't know. I haven't done that one either.
Yeah, but I did the one where you push them into the water a bunch of times. Cause that's pretty much it. You just basically push them into the water, and that's like an instant fucking.
It's an instant kill. Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I like the ones where you pick them up and then you like throw them into a pool, like so their balls hit it.
I only got that one there right at the end, like near the end of the game, mate. That was hilarious. I only got that one like once there right near the end.
And then there's another one where they have these little posts that aren't, they're only up about to your waist. You can like smash them down on those and like hit it in there, hit their butthole. Like that's really funny too. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yeah, one of the ones I liked is like using a fluted pole.
Yeah.
You basically hit them and then just like get them up their ass and just like kick them in. Like,
yeah.
That one's pretty funny.
It's funny because there's like drool that comes out when you hit them.
Yeah.
That's really fun to do.
I don't know. One of my favorite ones was like the one. It's just a standard one though. Like you have the knife or dagger or switchblade or whatever. You just like stab them, and then he just basically knees them in with the flipping dagger in more.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like, you're dead.
That's just like pretty gruesome.
Yeah.
I still think my favorite one I still got was the one in Zero with Majima with the umbrella. I fucking love that one. He just stabs him with the umbrella.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I've actually seen... I don't think I actually did that myself, but I think I watched a video of it once.
Yeah, like, I don't know if you probably... I assume you probably might have watched the... when Giant Bomb East did that last...
I did watch that,
video.
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably might have seen it there now. Because they watched the video with all, like, the hate actions in the game now. You just basically realize how so many there are. Because, like, I didn't see this one at all. I didn't see this one at all.
Yep. Yeah, the one thing, besides, like, the multiple fighting styles, I wish there was, like, more wrestling heat actions. Like, those are fun to do.
Yeah.
Like, there are enemies that'll do them on you, but you can't do, like, a suplex or anything, really. There's a couple that you get from fighting that the guy. I think he's on level 3 or 4 of some building somewhere. You'll do one where you like knock a guy to the ground, and then you'll take a second guy, and you'll do kind of like, I don't know if it's a neck breaker or something. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, the one he gets him on the shoulders and then like flips him over, and then he hits the neck on his knee.
Yeah,
that's known as. Yeah, that's Yushigoshi. That's what it's known as.
Oh, is that like a specific wrestling move or a signature move or something?
Yeah, like a bunch of wrestlers do that now.
Oh, okay.
Like AJ Styles does it, so he does.
But yeah, there are some characters that are doing like clotheslines and like suplexes and tons of stuff like that in the game, but you're not able to do, most of that stuff. So.
Yeah, it sucks.
But yeah, I liked it a lot. Not as much as 0, but way more than 1 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it then. I think we've kind of sort of give our thoughts overall and sort of talked about some of our things we liked and did not like. But it's pretty much, I think we've pretty much just sort of the same sentiment now. We really liked it a lot. It was better than 1, but not quite as good as 0.
Yep.
So it's probably not going to be our game of the year. It'll be in my top 10 anyway.
No,
although I haven't played as much as I have from this year that I have done in previous years. Though, like, I'm really going to be scrapping for fucking games to put in my top 10.
Yeah, I'm going to be surprised if I play 10 games, to be honest, this year. That came out this year.
I'll be scrapping. Look, I actually may end up only being a top 5 at this point.
Again, I'm trying to think what else is coming out that I'm really going to get. That's how
bad it's been for me. I don't know why. I just haven't really... Like, I need to go back and finish Ni no Kuni 2. Go back and finish Octopath Traveler.
Which I actually need to do as well. I haven't done that. I finished 4 of the stories, but not all 8. So I think I'm closer than you are to the end. But
yeah, we are well. Like, I am nowhere near where you are. Like, I'm really focused. Like, because I stopped playing it there. I haven't even got all the characters yet. That's how far I'm behind.
You really barely started then.
I only got the Tressa. Got Tressa when I said that, like, seaside town. Did the first battle, and I was getting killed despite the fact it was like the first fucking battle outside. I was like, Jesus, like a boss battle at this point. The amount of damage I was doing.
You might have gone in an area you're not supposed to go yet. I don't know.
No, it was like basically the area you had to go to for her story.
Well, you do. That's a pretty grindy game. Like, you really do want to grind levels. Like,
yeah, I do tend to grind because I do love the battle system in that game though. I need to play more of it though.
The music is good, really good too.
Yeah, it's fantastic soundtrack from what I've heard.
I'll say I don't like the English voice acting at all. Like, I played in Japanese just because I can't stand the English voice acting.
Yeah.
Well, I won't go into it now, but I do like that game a lot. So.
Okay. So anyway, that is all we have to talk about for Yakuza Kiwami 2. Look out for a normal episode in the next couple of weeks. I'll talk about some of the other games I've been playing, like Shenmue. Have you actually been playing anything else besides Yakuza Kiwami? Yourself?
Aside from mobile games, no, not really.
Yeah, I need to say I've been playing mainly Yakuza Kiwami 2. I need to go back and play more Dead Cells. Need to go back.
I did play that a little bit when it finally got an official release. It's like way different than when I first played it. That's for sure.
But yeah, it's a great game though. So anyway, thank you, Derek, for joining me in this Yakuza Kiwami 2 special.
Yeah, anytime.
As I said, enjoy. A lot of games coming out now. Look for a normal episode within the next couple of weeks. And until then, take care and goodbye.
See ya.